Welcome to our update for the presidential election 2016. Today is October 1st. We've seen some movement in the polls this week. Past Monday was the first presidential debate with just a massive bias on every front in the media in favor of Hillary Clinton. The debate, as far as this camp is concerned, was a win for Trump on many things, but it could have been an even stronger victory, in my opinion. Trump, I believe, will go after her for her complete corruption across all levels in the next debate in about another week. In between that, we'll have a vice presidential debate, which historically means next to nothing, but let's fill in the map. These polls have been all over the place. The only real way to do this is to take the average, and Real Clear Politics does a pretty good job of averaging multiple polls together for each week. So we're going to go with the Real Clear Politics average as a whole. With the volatility, it's just too hard to take a day-by-day poll and use that because these things are so off the charts back and forth. First of all, many polls have the general election with Clinton winning by a few percentage points. The LA Times has a poll. They both have had two polls recently. Both of them have shown Trump ahead by 5, which really means nothing in the grand scheme of things. It may show a trend, but it definitely won't help with any state electoral college votes. So the average for September, the 4 or 5 states that we're going to look at here are ones that basically Trump, if he's to win, needs to win these states. So Ohio used to always be considered, if you are going to win the White House, it always goes through Ohio. That's probably still the case. However, other states are in play, but the average has Trump up 1.8, and that's actually a little conservative, I believe, after the next round of polls next week and the next presidential debate that'll go higher. His average has been around 4 to 5 points in Ohio. So it looks like Ohio, which is crucial for Trump, may go that way. Pennsylvania is one that people are really looking at. It's a very peculiar state with polls that are really bounced all over. And we're going to give that to Clinton at this point because the average is still 2.4 points for Clinton. In the last 6 months or so, really no polls have shown Trump ahead. So the trend really hasn't changed in Pennsylvania, though it could be close. We're going to go ahead and just keep this with Clinton. We're going to give Trump North Carolina, even though these are close. Even South Carolina shows like a 4-point spread for Trump. Georgia also in that general vicinity. I believe these should they'll trend as we get closer to November to Trump, but even a 4-point win in states really is quite a few votes when you look at the total raw vote count. 1 to 2 points in Ohio is roughly a couple 100,000 people. So if Clinton or Trump win states by 4 to 5 percentage points, it's pretty much, that's not really that close. So Florida is another one where Trump has been trending up, but as of the past week, it's got Clinton. The majority of polls have Clinton by 1.2%, which really that is a toss-up when we're talking 1-2%. So right now that's where that stands. Iowa actually is one that is looking like it's not in the toss-up for very much longer. It's got to at least be leaning red. Now the average is 4.8, and that's actually a little lower this week than what it's been. It's been around 6. So Ohio and Iowa are huge flip states that'll probably be going red this year, which are crucial. Michigan, Republicans think that they always have a chance in Michigan. Michigan, kind of like Pennsylvania, has never really trended in Donnie's favor at any point. It's actually a little bigger spread than Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's 2.4. I think Michigan was more around 4 to 5. Wisconsin has gotten close, still considered a toss-up, but that's looking, the average is 4.7 for Clinton. So we'll see what happens. It's gotten as close as 2% in the month of September. So anything's possible, and we're not going to factor in the 4-person race. In my opinion, these races are almost identical with the 4-person race, maybe 1% for one candidate here or there, but we're just going to leave it as not including or even talking about the 4-person race. So Maine has got 3 electoral votes, 1 for sure Clinton, 1 for sure Trump, and then there's 1 that is a toss-up. I believe it's around 1 to 2%. So since they divvy up their electoral votes by congressional district, we're going to make the state red, as if Trump wins the 1 contested electoral vote. That can make the state red, but Clinton will win at least 1, Trump will win at least 1, so we'll leave that way. Nebraska the same way, 4 congressional seats, so 4 electoral votes. The Omaha district is the only one that's contested, so it looks like Trump's got an edge in that one, so we'll give all 4 electoral votes in Nebraska to Donnie. I don't know if we can change that. There you go. Colorado's a really, really interesting state. I assumed this was definitely going to be going for Clinton. The polls have been just, to my surprise, they've been going towards Trump, trending towards Trump, and then they've come back and forth. And it's evidenced by the real clear average. It's Trump 0.2%. So this is the biggest toss-up as far as percentage out of all the states so far. But we're going to give it to Trump as of now. New Hampshire's trending towards Clinton. That's a 4 to 5% average, which, in my opinion, is quite a bit to overcome in a raw vote total. Arizona's still heavily for Trump, even though I believe a newspaper gave an endorsement to Clinton, which newspaper endorsements mean nothing. Trump has not received 1 major endorsement from a newspaper, so that really doesn't mean anything. So Nevada, we're going to give to Clinton. That's just Trump's made a play for that one. That's just going to be a tough one to take for him. So at this point, with Florida and Pennsylvania in Hillary Clinton's column, it looks like right now she's got an edge. So right now 295 Clinton, 243 Donnie Trump. If we were just to take one scenario out, change Pennsylvania, Trump would still have to have Florida. So in order to win, Trump's got to have Florida. He could still lose Pennsylvania. If he wins Florida, he could still win that. So looking at this, Florida is much, much more important than Pennsylvania at this point. But as of right now, based on the averages, we're going to go with this. So thanks for listening, and be sure to subscribe to this channel. Thanks.